Good evening. Welcome back to Play the Hits, where I am finally once again taking the reins on Sega Arcade Simulator featuring
So,
Virtua Fighter. How's it going,
somebody
Chris?
somebody found his Elgato.
Yep. Only after a month of
Only.
moving, and
Yeah.
it looks like I unpacked it probably like on the second day that I was here.
you
So
My favorite part of that story was that you put it exactly where it was supposed to be.
wait, exactly. I've been telling Addie that a lot lately, where she's looking for things, and
Check where it's
let's see,
supposed to be.
time to sleep. And it's like, yeah, where's the first place you think it's going to be? And usually that's the place you look the least and do the least amount of effort.
Because clearly
Because
it's lost, so it can't
yeah,
be
clearly
where
it's not
where I
there.
would have put it.
Oh my god! And I was looking for batteries. Oh, I keep
Oh,
hitting that.
hello, Elgato.
All right, ask Soroka. I should really look this shit up before I get on here, but I think
No,
I think I'm good.
then it wouldn't be the authentic Shenmue experience of walking
That's
around
true.
asking random questions to strangers.
Which is also why, by the way, oh yes, sweet money.
Be sure not to waste.
Thank you,
Sweet
Ine-san. Sweet, sweet yen.
What you don't
which is
see is
also
that
why-
Ine-san is like slaving away for that money.
Right. She kind of looks like she is.
Yeah, right. She
We're
doesn't
never
eat
gonna
anymore.
fast travel in this because fast travel was not available in the Dreamcast version.
Yeah, so
and,
fuck fast travel.
And I have to think
authentic
you're
here.
gonna miss stuff. Like
Mhm.
there's no way you're not if you just travel
Oh,
to
yeah.
Debuita every day.
Like half the beauty of this game is just walking the streets and like, prowling.
Yeah.
I'm making Rio sound like a predator, but you know what I mean.
Just a little bit.
Sup,
I
kids?
mean, we
sup,
got
sup, fellow kids.
hello, little girl.
Oh no, Rio, stop.
Megumi.
Hi, Adele.
Mhm.
Do you think the kitty going to get all better?
I'm sure she's going to be fine.
I could make
too.
kitty jokes, but we're already dangerously toting the line of getting banned.
Oh, do you have any ideas?
Let me see.
Maybe after a little bit more of this drink.
Wait, I thought we already named her.
How about Tama?
I don't think you named her.
Wow,
Huh.
big sis
No, I mean,
and I
clearly
should
we
name
didn't name her.
that too.
See, that's
I wonder why.
I
When your
swear
sister was about your age.
I
Just
heard
like
this
you,
story
she
just
kept a cat
recently,
here
but
that
maybe
she called
not.
Tama.
See, I'm now gonna have to look at the last episode.
I didn't know that.
And this
I
this
mean,
girl
I don't remember
just
this conversation. Damn it, Max.
every time I put my drink down, I'm gonna start putting it over here. Every time I put it down, I'm moving the mouse. All right, let's see.
We're,
Can I?
we're
Oh
gonna
wait,
get your. We will absolutely get your Streamlabs back up and running. So,
yeah.
and basically, I can help you kind of build it up the way that I did on mine, so that you can actually see everything as you're playing.
Whoa, wild dog.
Sup, dog?
Puppy. Yeah, it is nice just to kind of see what people are doing and enjoy the weather and the music changes. Like today, we have kind of dalky, kind of weird music.
You know, it does. Like, I don't think I thought very much about the music in Shenmue the first time that I played through it, but over the years, like, it's amazing how many of its beats just stick with you. They're really nostalgic, and like when I start humming them randomly, I'm not instantly aware of what they're from. They're just like earworms, you know.
Do you
They're
know
yeah.
the name Charlie?
No, I
Like I will sometimes enter my home after a day of work, and I'll go dum 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 boom, boom.
Right.
Don't.
I do that when I'm looking through chores, dude.
Right.
I do the same fucking thing.
Burp, burp, burp. Oh god.
I think it's one of those things I'm never gonna not do that.
We're gonna okay. So Max, like I've already shared with you my plans for like when we're retirement age, we're moving into like the same senior community. There's gonna be like nurses at this retirement home that are going to be like absolutely flummoxed why there's like two random old men that just like walk around the place picking shit up, going boom, 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 and then we just like turn it in our hand in like this really robotic fashion and put it back down. And just
The thing
move
is,
on.
that is a very common thing for demented old people to do, is to pick things up off the floor or to think they're picking things off the floor when they're not.
Like we keep getting misdiagnosed, like we don't have dementia. We're just a bunch of
We're
assholes. Just a couple of old assholes.
They're like, just keep the Haldol coming. You know?
Right? Yes.
We're having the time of our lives, even though we have tardive dyskinesia.
Right?
All these unnecessary movements, and we're just like, this is great.
Dude, I was reading like one of those random tech articles that talk about like so let me preface this. Like when I got the MacBook
Whoa.
last month. Oh my.
Yeah.
The MacBook kind of opened the floodgates. Like I've decided to go like basically all in on Apple's ecosystem. Nice. Fuck your motorcycle. Just because I want to see. Just because I want to see, like, instead of like the weird mishmash of tech that I'm used to using, like I kind of realized like I've been making it harder on myself just to do like daily tasks and functions than I need to. I've got the iPhone, I've got the AirPods, but I was using like an Amazon Alexa. Don't you dare start with me, you damn robot. And and like a couple of other like little odds and ends. And so I'm like, you know, I've got enough disposable income that I can drop $50 to, you know, switch over to Apple Music and shit like that. And just, I wanted to see how interconnected I could make it. So like, I'm all in at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying it. So I was kind of like reading like, what's next? You know, where's this going to go by 2030? And so I went down the rabbit hole, and there are like dudes that are projecting like that within our lifetime, we're going to see like human consciousness backed up on a computer. Like it will be possible, but like whether that's like morally and ethically okay is going to be like another argument. But like
fuck ethics.
Yeah, right.
Let's do
yeah,
it.
right. Like I want to be a fucking computer. I'll do it.
Right.
But then also like who can afford it and who can't. So basically like the poor are
That's
condemned
gonna
to
be
death.
the ethics of it.
Right. While
That'll be
the
the true
rich,
ethical.
Yes.
yeah, like basically if you make a certain income, you can afford like the deluxe retirement plan of having your brain uploaded for time immemorial to experience the wonders of the universe far after your mortal flesh is decayed.
I have to imagine, especially at first, it probably would be pretty expensive for the upkeep. Like,
Yeah, because like
you
who's
have to
going to
make sure
maintain your
nothing-
brain? Right, like
you have to make sure nothing happens.
Right, what's to stop you from getting like unplugged or deleted just accidentally, or like during a power
Whoops.
failure or something?
Oh, some jackass kid like spilling coke on the servers. Oh fuck!
God,
It's like, well, you just killed like 3 billion people.
Guys,
You know.
I think I just deleted Barack
20
Obama. Oh God,
Oh God! Wow,
No,
the
we
implications of that.
we need him now more than ever.
Some dipshit kid just deletes everyone from the 22nd century.
Yeah, right. Because he's just like,
thousands
fuck
of years
them.
in the future.
Like, man, the '80s sucked. Suck it, Skid Row. God, no, please. And like, can you imagine the waking terror of that? Like, assuming that you're and like that's to say nothing of like how the human brain or the human consciousness would even respond to being part of something, you know, technological or immortal. Like I imagine like concepts like fear and, you know, dread would be fundamentally different because, you know, you're not worried about your body anymore. It's like, oh God.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine watching helplessly through like the eyes of a machine while someone unplugged you? That would be,
Right.
like you're aware
there's
of the whole
that.
thing. Yeah.
Mm.
Like at least with a
Or if
human death, you're usually not conscious for it, right? You're pretty much blacked out, or it's over in an instant, or
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
There's
there's
hopefully
exceptions.
there's the terror of like, oh my God, I'm gonna die right now. But
Right.
I think hopefully most people, especially if they're going like into hospice or something,
They're usually pretty
they-
doped. Yeah.
they get blasted on
Yeah.
drugs. Yeah, which is the way to do it.
I was gonna say,
really.
I'm not even offended by that. I'm all for that. You know, if my choices are excruciating pain until the bitter end comes, or you know, a nice little, you know, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds trip, I'm down for that.
Seriously, enjoy the trip. Like
Yeah, right.
there is like, oh, there has to be grace in dying, and then no, fuck that. Like
Right?
The-
Give me the medicine.
let's not just shit away the how far we've come with science and the
Yeah,
fact that
right.
we can be comfortable in death. There is no reason not
Yeah,
to do
dude.
that.
Like when you think of like the generations upon generations of people before us who died like slow, excruciating like deaths of like dysentery and stuff, like you don't think they would have relished the opportunity to have a more comfortable passing? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
To me, that's not playing God. That's just being humane with what we have.
Seriously, yeah, that's
Anyway,
That's-
this
yeah,
conversation got weird.
no, it's good. That's is this Jupiter Jackets?
But anyways, so like they're saying that like within the next 30 years, that could be hypothetically possible at the rate that data storage and complexity is increasing, as well as the advances in AI. Like we're like on the cusp, basically.
Yeah.
But you know,
I guess
On
it's
his arm.
there's
I'm sure people-
there's the storage thing
Yeah.
as far as like how many terabytes is a human mind basically.
right? Yeah. How do you even begin to quantify that?
Yeah.
Or like
I
what's
see.
important enough to store and what gets the axe or whatever, you know? It's just,
Right.
it's like, yeah, it's still Obama, but you turned off his, kill switch. He just wants to murder everybody now.
What a loser. Know where I can find him?
It turns out Obama really, really, really wanted to kill Trump.
Sorry, I can't be of more help. I see.
And let's be clear, this man was a punk ass bitch and needs to die. It's
I'm
like,
going
oh,
to use
God.
my laser brain to zap him from outer space. Try and stop me, assholes.
Try to stop me.
What are you going to do? I have become like a god. Peace out, jabronis. Oh God, why? Oh,
Okay, do I have to wait till 7 o'clock?
Dude,
It's not even
did we just
10 yet.
did we just fucking invent RobObama on this channel?
Robama.
Robama.
Killer Robama.
Oh shit. I understand that like in reality it probably wouldn't be very funny, but I kind of want to see it happen.
And I mean, now I'm intrigued. Yeah.
Who's to say Obama doesn't have some good ideas? Oh god.
All right, Jupiter's jackets. Okay,
There it
yeah.
is, yeah.
So this is Jupiter's jackets. Now I have to wait till fucking 7 o'clock. I mean, we can do some training. Now this is what I
It's
like
like
about
at
Shenmue
7,
3.
lightning just strikes that guy and he's suddenly useful.
It
Oh
looks like
god,
my
I just
attack is
remembered.
here. I should work on my moves.
I should work on my
Alright.
moves.
Let's get sweaty.
Rio's
Okay,
like,
let's go.
oh, he didn't say it. Rio's like, it's not the same without a human target. He calls
Mm.
Fuchs-san and like asks him if he wants to go to lunch. He's all excited because he thinks this is progress for Rio, and he gets to this address. And Rio's just waiting for him in a parking lot. Oh, Rio, not again. Arm yourself, Fuchs-san. But I don't wanna.
I'm cold.
You told me not to bring a jacket. I wanted to see desperation in your eyes, Fuchs-san. Okay. Oh God.
Hmm. So, are the Democrats getting rid of the filibuster?
I don't know. I mean, have you heard any update on it? Like, I've been listening to. I've been kind of pissed with the whole. So I'm all for climate policy and improvements and things like that, of course. But at the same time, like, I understand what Biden is doing right now by trying to approach it incrementally so that like some of this stuff actually gets signed. And like,
That's enough.
I didn't expect there to be like an instant $10 trillion about face in our government.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that would be amazing if like he could even get one Republican to sign off on it. But
Seriously, which is not going to happen.
Right, I knew that wouldn't happen, and so I guess while I'm slightly disappointed that the bill is as neutered as it is of climate policy.
Capsules.
At the same time, I recognize that he's got 3.5 years to go. It's not like it's a lost cause. And now,
Although,
well, but
I feel like if history's taught us anything at the midterm elections, people are going to be like, "Why hasn't anything happened?" And
Mhm.
yeah, I feel
well,
like we
never
could
mind
definitely
that he
lose.
has done a lot of shit, but just not for climate. And
Serious.
What's
Yeah.
pissing me off though is that Democrats are doing not even just Democrats. The left in general is doing what we always do, and we're starting to cannibalize our own because things either aren't moving fast enough or they're not like satisfying every single agenda. So now,
Yeah.
like, the climate people are
Ooh.
protesting outside of the White House. You don't think that in 2 years that's not going to bite us in the ass come midterms,
Yeah.
like you said? Because they're going to be able to
Yeah.
air commercials like Joe Biden can't even get his own house in
Not
order.
today.
How can we expect him and the congressional Democrats to keep leading our country? And
See,
like, fuck that.
I feel like I've been bitten in the ass by this before. Oh,
hmm
these guys.
Hey,
But
maybe Rio's
they-
getting his human targets after all.
I want to ask you something. So,
Sorry, go on.
you think you got what
No,
it
I
takes
just
to
I
fight
get
me,
distracted
huh?
by these guys. It's like,
Go
what?
on,
It's
piss
like, you
off
want to
some.
fight about it? It's like, okay,
I kind of
guy.
do.
Like, I do. I really do.
Rio gets a slight
Game
erection.
100 yen.
First, like Joe Man, I think we talked about Manchin last time. That
Yeah.
it's like, okay, maybe he actually does want to
Maybe
play
I'll
ball.
wait a bit.
But the last I've heard, as far as the the infrastructure bill and all the things that are going along with that is that they might pass the new, like basically the neutered version, but only if they, through budget reconciliation, get the rest of it
Yeah.
in the Senate.
Side note, this
Wait.
is another one of those tunes we were just talking about.
Oh yeah. Which I would be cool with. So you're basically getting all the stuff with that we were supposed to be getting with the bill.
Nice.
Just in 2 separate bills, basically. And if they if there's any complaints with that, it's just like, oh, they're, you know,
So close.
like they're doing these, you know, weird moves, and this isn't like in the spirit of bipartisanship. It's just like, which
Yeah,
they
fuck
probably will
that.
say. Mitch McConnell will say whatever the fuck.
I know.
He
'cause
has no shame whatsoever.
I was going to say, because we all know what a champion of bipartisan support he is. You know.
Yeah, seriously.
Hey, not too bad.
Do I get a free game? Yes.
Okay, so
Give him my
real
game.
quick before we continue this conversation, what started to crack me up, where this song seems to always pop into my head is while I'm taking a piss. I don't know why. I just
You
like
just gotta relax.
well, it's kind of the same thing, you know, because like you're aiming at a circle, and it's just like okay.
Oh, good.
No,
So I'll just be
good.
like at the towards.
Hey, not too bad.
Just kind of goes on that way until Connor eventually walks by. Daddy, are you pooping? Like, yeah, buddy, I am. Like that's the
No,
official
good.
theme song. Sorry, Rio.
This is it.
All right. Oh shit.
No, good.
I think it's a 3.
Okay, I
Oh,
did
you beat your
significantly
old high
worse
score.
that time.
Best.
Okay, my last high score is pretty
No more
garbage.
darts.
But yeah,
Usually I can
so
get into like the 500s or something.
right.
That's enough. For
So
now.
so yeah, like it's kind of the same trap that ultimately kind of bit Obama in the ass during his presidency, which don't get me wrong was
One
a
game,
very
win it
successful
again.
presidency, but like he was so dedicated to his no drama
Try it.
approach and like
Mhm.
constantly tried to extend the olive branch to the right, and I mean that's just not what they're gonna do. Like
No.
even
Not-
even the
not for a
finger
long
quotes,
time.
yeah, even the finger quotes good ones, like they're not gonna sign too many, you know, bills with Democratic support because then they don't get reelected, which just fucking sucks. You know, it's just it's a nasty situation. But I do applaud Biden for trying, and like I said, it pisses me off though that even though this is, you know, I think they called it like a down payment on climate policy. Yeah, we're certainly miles and miles away from where we need to be, but I'd rather take a little progress than no progress at all, which is exactly what's going to happen if we fuck up the midterms with, you know, protests of Biden's office coming from the left. I mean, that, like,
Which
even if
I
you
feel like
disagree
it's-
with him, like, how can you be that fucking short-sighted?
he really does seem like he's on board with he has voiced that he, not that, oh, we're definitely going to nuke the filibuster, but that he's open to it. He's open to
Yeah.
options, you know? And I think he, being VP of the Obama administration, like he's seen up close that you can't always reason. And yes, he said that, like, that he wants to make things bipartisan, but I think what he's really doing is basically doing just enough that, the optics of it, that he's like, okay, we tried, you
Right.
know, well, now we can't do it.
Yeah.
And I think he said as much a few weeks ago when he was like, okay, the Republicans really aren't on board. And in fact, you know, on our side, we got, I think he singled out Joe Manchin. He mentioned him by name. That
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, you know, Joe Manchin's kind of holding this thing up. As far as when he was talking about infrastructure, at least.
Right.
And Joe Manchin, at least, he's I think he signaled that, okay, we tried this neutered bill and they still didn't vote for it.
Right,
Which is,
because-
well, yeah, of course not.
Because it was
I mean-
proposed by Biden. I mean, it's just,
Yeah. I mean,
what
we
a
had
crock
the
of shit.
freaking just trying to get a committee for January 6th, and they were against that.
Mhm.
Like freaking people attacking their own workplace,
Yeah, so,
and
like,
they're not going to go for that.
So
Like,
what I don't get and help me out here, like if you understand this better than I do, but when did a domestic terror attack on our nation's capital become like, you know, freedom and shit? Like, what? Why are they now supporting that? Because I mean, like they're certainly not prosecuting it.
No, not at all. They're actively trying to avoid it.
Yeah,
which is like
they how have these assholes who, never mind that some of them like were on the chopping block that day, like they were calling for fucking Mike Pence's head, right?
Yeah, they were calling to
Mike.
hang Mike
They literally
Pence,
had
basically.
a gallows out there. They wanted to see blood that day, and so like I'm confused when like now that we've have 6 months of distance from it, and these people have, you know, largely disbanded back to their shanties, like now because that's how they see it, right? Like these are people who are convenient for us, and when they stop being convenient, we stop thinking about them or representing them. But now it's convenient for them to come out and say, oh no, these were freedom fighters, impassioned people expressing their patriotism, or whatever the fuck other excuses they can give. Like,
May I help you?
I'm confused as to when that happened. Like, it's so obvious to anyone with, you know, a television that can watch even 5 minutes of the footage to see what happened that day.
Yeah.
What a, I don't know.
And I think it's just like
I'm asking you to make sense of, you know, neoconservatism, and there's no doing that.
Right.
Hey, sweet.
There's still what do we get? A toy.
Metal Sonic.
Inside the capsule.
It's gonna be a fucking truck, isn't it?
It's gonna be like a little diamond or something.
Something stupid. Oh.
Virtua
One of the
Fighter.
Virtua Fighter
Okay.
ones. All right, middle of the road.
All right, Lao,
We'll take
whatever.
Lao.
Come again.
You're lucky
I've
it was
never-
Lao.
Oh wait, no, that's not true. I was gonna say I've never gotten like a first prize, but I have. I've gotten a blue stereo before, and I think it goes in your room.
Yeah, you can get some pretty sweet shit from this place.
Yeah, but I think, is this the only place you can get the games?
I think
Saturn
you can. I
games?
think you can actually buy 1 or 2 games somewhere. I could be wrong.
I can't remember how you get the Saturn games. I don't know. I'm blanking on it, but all right, that's all I needed here.
I remember. Go ahead.
As far as your question, it's they've sworn fealty to Trump.
Yeah.
And I think it's just going to be they're going to come out and basically say like, oh, he incited these riots. Like, even if it's a bipartisan, you know, committee, like
Mhm.
what else can they find? But that's a big part of it, is he basically told them to
Fall in
storm
line.
the cat. Yeah.
They were
yeah,
just
and
obeying
it's-
their president.
What's crazy is that they had Republicans like try to reach out and to Democrats and say, okay, like what would be like a
Do you know
bipartisan way of like maybe doing a committee or something like that to make it palatable for Republicans to
Right. Yeah, there
vote
was that
for,
group
like-
of like 6 or 7 people in the GOP that reached out. Yeah, I remember that.
and I think they came to something where it'd be like a bipartisan like committee or something
Yeah.
to or like a to
Thank you.
to look at this, and this was like the compromise, and then no one still voted for it.
Which
They were like, actually,
why? Like, why
Yeah.
the fuck? You know?
it's coming. I mean, in the House, there's definitely a lot of crazies for sure. But I think there's a lot of people too who would vote for these things, but anytime they get like the whip, like the message
Right.
from the top, like, hey, don't vote for this, they fall
Right.
in line pretty
Yeah.
easily. You know,
Which
even
is
the ones that
ridiculous, 'cause,
would
like, they're so worried about like not getting reelected that no one is stopping to ask, like, if this is how you get elected in the Republican Party, maybe there's something wrong with the Republican Party. I'm serious. Like, I'm not trying to. Clearly, I'm pretty far left compared to most people, but like, I hope that I would have the wherewithal to recognize, like, if the Democratic Party suddenly just like went completely apeshit and
Yeah.
like was doing morally dubious things to benefit itself. Like, I hope I would have the courage to say, like, wow, this just isn't like what I signed up for.
Welcome to Lapis.
Yeah.
I've been expecting you.
That's
Anyway.
what I like. Republicans, like just people I know, like
Mhm.
how many of them are not, how can you still sit with the Republican Party, you know, when so many of them, and I'm just talking about really on the federal level, the House and Senate.
Yeah.
Although you see it like in every Republican controlled state that there's a lot of shitheads and they always seem to be
Yeah.
on one side of the aisle.
Yeah, look at
But
fucking
anyway.
Brian Kemp. I mean, Georgia, like what a
Oh my God.
nightmare he is.
I am.
And Florida, freaking
Oh yeah.
he wasn't in the House, but the guy connected to Gates.
Mm-hmm. Or
Um,
Marjorie Taylor Greene, or you know, take your pick. It's like a
What type of
circus.
reading would you like?
Yeah.
Like
It's-
they
and every
have
time
these
you
like
see-
cartoon villains. It's hilarious. It would be hilarious if it weren't
Please tell me
real.
the gamble.
You know.
Very well.
Ooh, okay.
I can see it now. The number which will lead you to victory is
69. Oh.
yes.
I see.
Now, what is that? What is that going to help me with?
I see.
One, I
Yoink.
see. Okay, yeah, sure. I got nothing better to
He
do.
was a fucking sucker, isn't he?
Would you like?
I see. Goes his day's pay.
Just do the future.
That was
Please Show
awesome.
me the future.
Very well.
Yeah, this lady's just like,
Yeah, all right.
I can see it now.
He leaves and she just like busts
Also-
out laughing.
I feel like she also, oh.
You may be deeply involved with your destiny.
who is that? Also, holy shit! Like,
I see.
Yeah, right. Okay, now it's getting specific.
She went from just like saying a fucking number
Shall I do another
to being like throwing out some legit magic out there.
She has like cameras around town just taking pictures of random people.
Yeah. And now Rio's just like, okay, you had me with the numbers, but now this is some bullshit. I'm at
Right. She just like convinces people that like random passerbys are their destiny, and so they start harassing each other. Oh man. But yeah, our country's in danger.
Yeah, seriously, like literally, democracy is in danger. The more you're seeing these fucking
So
and speaking of like Republican controlled states,
yeah,
every single one of them is looking at Arizona and licking their lips.
Yeah.
You know, literally people are going over and getting tours and seeing what's going on in
Mhm.
Arizona. And being like, yeah, we want to do that. Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The most disturbing thing happening right now in politics to me is the like active campaign of the right, and I'm sorry, we're pointing fingers again, but it's of the right.
Yes,
At voter suppression.
Disingenuous to say otherwise.
Yeah,
and it's just like
because
really
the left legitimately is not passing voter suppression laws right now, and
No, they wanna open it up.
can talk about like election security till they're blue in the face. Like, you know what that shit
Oh
is.
fuck!
He's got an orange.
I thought it was a winning can. It's just fucking orange.
Never get the orange. That's a fool's game, Max.
That's true. You know what? I think the way to do it is
It'll
just to
trick you.
keep getting the same drink every time, which I think is just the cola all the way on the left is what I typically do.
I don't think the
But-
odds are like super bad either. It's not hard. Too
Not
hard to come
horrible.
by. Yeah.
I feel like every fourth drink or so, you're going to get a winning can like 25% of the time
Yeah.
or something. So,
But yeah, no, voter suppression in this country is like actually terrifying me because like we're at the precipice of approaching a point where like, you know, if an election turns out for the Democrats, like it could easily be just undone by like if we have a Republican controlled House and Senate again, like they could absolutely decide, you know, okay, we know the Democrats won the presidential election, but we have our doubts, so we're going to call it a false election and just vote to not acknowledge it. Like
that's literally written in the laws they're trying to pass,
Right.
like in Texas.
Like, can you imagine if in January of this year, like there was a Republican controlled House and Senate, like we might actually. I think we'd probably still be in the middle of a messy court battle right now, but we could be into the second 4 years of Trump's presidency, or he would be acting as like the standing president until they figure it out for God knows how long.
Seriously. Yeah.
I can't fathom like what that would look like, or the damage that would do not just to, you know, like you said, the notion of democracy, but people's whole confidence in the system, in their nation. Like basically Democrats would have to learn that, like, my vote does not matter. Like,
Yeah.
Do you know anybody
because
there?
every time they don't get their way, they can just say, well, it wasn't legitimate, so we're calling it for us.
And that's what they're trying right now. Even if these things like
where
fail,
does
which
that
they
stop?
are.
Yeah. Where does that
they're-
stop?
I think they're already kind of getting their way and just throwing doubts
Yeah,
over the democratic
absolutely.
process in
Absolutely.
general.
Yep.
That's a big thing for them. Is just
They
be like,
were
hey,
saying,
you know what?
like,
These elections.
Yeah, like 75% of Republicans still believe that there was some funny business with the election.
Yeah, that's
What-
terrible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hi-dio.
And yeah, that's what they're doing. This is exactly what they want is to be like, hey, maybe even if you don't believe that Trump won the election, like, you know,
You have to admit something was up there, right?
something was
Yeah.
up, right?
No.
Like, and all these mail-in ballots, and you know, do we really know all the answers? It's like,
Well, like, what about all
God,
those dead people that showed up to vote? Like, just bullshit like that. Like things that are like certifiably false, but if you say them
Yes.
enough times, people
If
are
you
like,
just
well,
say
maybe,
it,
maybe something.
exactly, and,
Yeah.
and fucking Rudy Giuliani, like just
Oh,
throwing numbers
God.
out there, and he can't even keep his story straight. He's going on different
No.
radio shows and being like,
He
yeah,
doesn't
there was
have a
like
story.
700 people in Michigan, dead people who voted. Oh, there was like 1,500, dead people in Michigan
know.
that voted.
I
And
know.
then he'll go back down, and it's like there was like 80 people, and it's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
He doesn't care.
you can't even keep your
he's lost,
fucking shit straight.
No, he's lost. He's lost his marbles hard, but
Oh, he's
that's all
yeah, he
besides the
literally.
point.
We've talked about that. That it's just like,
the
oh,
one
dude.
the one silver lining in this thing is that it kind of looks like he's gonna be the the sacrificial animal for Trump's sins. Like
Yeah.
it seems like if anyone is actually going to suffer repercussions, it's actually going to be Giuliani. Which don't get me wrong, I think it should go much further than that. But it is kind of nice to Giuliani was a respected moderate politician in the 90s, right? And then he just lost his fucking mind in the mid 2000s and sold his soul to Trump, and now he's seeing what loyalty to Trump gets you. Nothing.
Yeah, and that's okay, cool.
Gets you a fucking arrest warrant and no support from your own people. Like that's what loyalty to Trump pays.
Like it really doesn't pay, and it seems like it does at first.
Right, because
so
you
that's
get
why
your freedom, and white men get to do what they want to women.
And
shit.
a lot of times you get a position like in the Capitol, doing something. Doesn't even matter if you're qualified for it. All
Right.
that matters is loyalty.
Yep.
But I think eventually it's you see so many people that it's just biting them in the ass. And then if you start to, okay, let's make a deal, he turns on you real quick. If you're not loyal to him 100%, it's
and there's something kind of interesting I've noticed too is that by and large, like in the media that I consume, which is pretty broad, like I do a lot of BBC, C-SPAN, NBC, ABC, all like
you do a lot of BBC, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, BBC is my boy. Yeah.
BBC
Yeah,
is
I
my
do.
favorite.
I love me some BBC. Words. What was I just saying? Oh, so I'm
lot of
on
different
the left.
sources.
I'm definitely on the left side of the media, but
Yeah.
like I try to stay informed of like what the right's voting for and their patterns and things like that. So I watch enough, and by and large, most mainstream media, even Fox News, surprisingly enough, because I live in a pretty conservative part of the country, so you can't really avoid Fox News in a lot of places. They aren't like overbearing with the amount of like Trump news. Like occasionally you'll see him. It's like, oh, wouldn't it be better if Trump were president? Fuck you, whatever. Move on. and the major networks besides Fox News really aren't saying anything about him at all, unless it's that he may be in some legal trouble here pretty soon.
Yeah. It's good that he's not as he doesn't have a platform,
right?
As much.
He's not front and center. Like it went from like January or December, you couldn't help but turn on your phone, the news, anything, and it didn't matter what the source was. It was all Trump all day, and it was just a nightmare. Like it was. I consider that part of the reason that I've been having blood pressure problems in the year 2020. And
it was.
And so now it's kind of nice because you really don't see him very much anymore, if at all. But there is a pocket of, America that has decided to like seek out nothing but you know, Trump's version of events. And that's where you get like the Breitbart and like the other like creepy news networks like the Federalist and shit like that, where they're like
Max News or something.
Yeah, like they're convinced that there's just going to be like a second coming of Trump to like fix everything for them, you know. And again, part of me is like, oh, you know, what a bunch of conspiracy theorist bullshit, you know, like haha, point and laugh. But there is a significant portion of this country that is their news, that is their reality, and that's frightening.
It is very it's like we're in two different realities.
Right, they're going to vote on those impulses. They're going to vote based on those finger quotes facts, you know? These guys are about to get molested hard, aren't they?
Yeah. Looking forward to this.
Wouldn't it be hilarious, like, before Rio even gets there, like, Nozomi and the kid just, like, tag team and, like, beat the fuck out of them? Like, Rio gets there and they're, like, almost dead. Nozomi can't stop, you know?
Don't you dare lay a finger on me.
I'm gonna guess you guys have never had consensual sex, have you?
Yeah, seriously.
You just gotta
kick some ass.
There aren't too many faces where you can tell that rape is a part of their character, and that's one of those faces.
Oh shit, this is like free fight.
Sweet. You're ready for a QTE. Max is gonna...
Yeah, I was definitely ready for a QTE.
Now he's ready to put that thunder kick into action. There it is. Shit, I was so awesome in the parking lot.
Oh
my god.
Yeah, that would be over.
Right. Rio just spits out a tooth and keeps going. Doesn't give a fuck.
Ooh, I love when you could finish that.
Yeah, I like how you finished him with an elbow to his nutsack. That was good. That was a good one.
Both of you, stay away from her, understood?
He's like distracted by the fact that he's pinned against an invisible wall and like he's terrified at the reality he lives in while Rio's just mercilessly beating him. Oh god.
Miss Omi, you've got to be more careful.
All right, so new topic now that I'm nice and depressed by politics in this country. Have you been watching Loki? Have you been watching Loki?
No.
It's so
we are
good.
going to watch that, but what are they, like 4 episodes in?
Yeah,
now?
Today's episode 4, but I usually watch them on Friday.
They're like an hour long, right?
Yes. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to sound like a fanboy here, but Disney Plus is 3 for 3 on the Marvel shows. I mean, WandaVision was awesome. Winter Soldier and Falcon was awesome. This is awesome. And I would say, like, out of the 3 so far, I as much as I really enjoyed it, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is the weakest of the 3, and it's still really good. But it was just more like kind of it kind of felt like in a regular just like either Captain America or Avengers movie spaced across 9 episodes, whereas WandaVision and Loki are having a lot more fun with their concepts. Like WandaVision had like the whole like kitschy, you know, 1950s through early 2000s TV aesthetic. Loki is like a time-traveling buddy cop sort of thing. It's great. It's really
oh my
good.
God, that's what I was getting from the trailers.
It's
and it's
so
like,
well written.
Is this really? And putting him in that situation, it's great because it's not what you expect from him.
I'm convinced that Tom Hiddleston is bar none the best actor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because he is capable of playing a completely deadpan serious villain who can at a moment's notice break out into like a drinking song, which is something he does in the show, and but he makes it all work because I mean, part of it is that his character is well written, but the other part is that he's just got enough of that, you know, kind of surliness to him that he can pull both aspects off if he needs to. Like he can be taken seriously in an action scene or in a comedy bit.
He's he's got actual acting chops, which I'm not trying to downplay any of the other, you know, actors in the MCU, but dude's just like, you know, world class.
Oh, he really is. Yeah, yeah. I'm very gay for Tom Hiddleston.
I was about to say, and he's pretty on the eyes. I would not be upset if Addie, you know, tried to hit that. Ooh.
I would barely cry at all.
This is also like, look at these things that I'm about to miss. I forgot about this guy.
Yeah, right. I think society
My
forgot
cup.
about this guy.
I think so.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Drinking
Let me
again,
drink
huh?
let me drink your secrets, old man. That's all you're good for now.
Here, son, drink this. What is it? Motor oil. All right.
With my father. Well, you may not believe it.
This guy figured out real quick that if he starts talking about Rio's father, he'll do shit for him, you know? Yes, I remember when your father and I went to the dry cleaners to pick up my laundry.
Shit.
He would leave it on my front stoop and he would fold it for me. Then he would talk to my wife until she fell asleep and let me watch my stories.
Now this move replaces a
The
quicker
double palm.
version of the move. Yeah, it
Yeah.
replaces the double palm, but even though it's slower, like this is a million times more strong.
It's like almost a one-hit KO, if I remember right.
Yeah, if you can land it. So
Hey, look,
definitely good
two
to
men,
learn.
one cup.
Some ancient techniques that I once taught to
References.
to my father. Martial arts master.
Dude, so I've got a two girls, one cup story for you.
Oh, good. What's up?
Fucking, how do I refer to them on Play the Hits so that I don't violate anyone's privacy? We'll call them M and K. They fucking emailed that to me, like, without explaining what it was. And, you know...
Oh, was this a long time ago? Like...
Yeah, this is like the eighth grade.
Okay, I know who you're talking about then.
So, yeah, so they emailed it to me without explaining what it was. And it was a video link, and I opened it on a computer in the computer lab at my Lutheran 8th grade.
Oh my god. Wow. With no context, of course, idiots.
Volume absolutely cranked. And like the teacher's desk was like right next to where I was sitting. There.
Oh Jesus.
Somehow I didn't get in trouble. Like I think it dawned on me like quickly enough like what I was looking at that I like exited out of it. Like there was like this moment where like I'm gonna get expelled.
That's the way.
Oh man.
I remember I would have to go to the library
to watch Two Girls,
like
One
every...
Cup. So it didn't show up on your search history?
There was a guy...
Wait, what are we talking
the
about?
day of VPNs, yeah. But
Right.
there we go.
Nice.
There was a guy that would consistently be at the library, like looking at porn, and it was very disturbing. And I'm ashamed to say I never reported him. I would just be like, okay, I'm out of here.
He's just minding his business.
It's like, what the fuck?
What do you got
Like,
today?
dude
Oh,
has
Asian.
some cojones, I guess. But
Yeah, right.
right there in the computer lab, like, Jesus.
Even through armor.
Okay, old man.
Jesus. Yeah, people do some weird shit.
I gotta get going. Sorry, old man.
No, I think I've got it.
Wait, didn't I ever tell you about the time your father did my taxes?
Perhaps you got it, and good luck.
Oh god.
Yes.
He just like makes up random moves. He doesn't know a lick of kung fu. Like he's just making shit up and having Rio run his errands.
Me too. I look forward to that day.
Oh, this guy's gonna be totally dead by Shenmue 4.
Yep. You think there'll be a Shenmue 4?
I still don't know how Shenmue 3 ends. You said you beat it, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say
Okay.
anything. but like story wise, there could definitely freaking be a Shenmue 4.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel like there won't be, but there'll be like, I don't know, some movie. No, dude. I'm not working on my moves.
I gotta fucking work out again. That's all I have.
That's all I'm good at. Got the itch. All right.
Wait,
let's
he
see.
like changes his mind. He ducks into Yamaji's soba noodles, and his life takes a drastically different path. You know, he just starts eating his feelings instead of working out all the time.
I'm going the wrong way, aren't I?
Hey, Nozomi. Do you know where I could find some sailors? Rio, you don't look so good. Yeah, I put on about 180 pounds, but Oh God, Rio.
I put on 30 kilos.
Kilos.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, here we go. These guys just don't fucking learn.
Am I just gonna fight some more?
Yep.
What's up? Hey, I know you. Nah, let me apologize for before.
No, you have to know this is a bad idea.
Right?
You know, you're a good fighter. I was impressed.
Rio breaks his arm. You don't touch me.
I'm looking for a guy named Charlie. Charlie? Yeah, he's a friend of mine. Really?
This is an ambush, right?
You don't trust people, do ya?
It has to be.
Come on. I'll take you
I
to
feel like
meet
the only person who, after you beat his ass, does not trick you is Goro. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, dude,
everyone else is
fucking
just an
Goro.
asshole.
Yeah.
Goro's awesome.
I love Goro. I wish he would
But
show back
speaking-
up.
Speaking of things that
Yep,
we keep doing is we gotcha.
Come on.
You know, the ambush would have been a hell of a lot better if you didn't announce, ha ha ha, we gotcha.
Seriously, you could have just thrown a pipe at my head or something. Oh shit, this is gonna be another Virtua Fighter.
Rio's got like a full erection right now. Yes, finally. How did that not knock his friend out too? There it is.
There we go.
This isn't even close. Oh my god. Oh, did you see Rio like in the middle of that thunder kick and the guy just shut him down?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, you still
Get a little
dominated
big
them.
for his
but-
britches. All right. I love just torturing these guys afterwards.
I know. It's Rio's
Ugh.
favorite part when they're helpless.
So,
He like knows all of like the needle points to like make their arm just explode in pain.
He has the fucking fist of the North Star.
He feels like he's entitled to use it now because they ambushed him.
A friend told me about it. Where's the tattoo parlor? I don't know.
This man
liking
is in
this.
like a level of pain we can't even comprehend. And then, like, right at the end, Rio gives him an orgasm somehow.
Yeah, I was about to say. Good thing he's wearing the brown pants today. Tattoo parlor location.
Rio
Well,
breaks his pinky in, like, the perfect way that he shits his pants.
and talks to some gang members.
Rio's, like, not done fighting.
Right? He's, look for more.
I'd like to ask you
He
about
walks
your
into
tattoo.
places where he
You
knows
interested in
there are
tattoos?
dangerous people.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like.
tattoos our gang symbol.
I think this is the way to go.
I think you finally wore them down.
Right?
They're like just afraid enough of you that they're talking to you now.
You look like you can hold your own in a fight. I'll tell you what.
He
you
doesn't
want
even
to
remember the
know.
time that you beat him up.
You'll enjoy
He's like, you look like you could fight. Like part
Hell
of
yeah,
like
I'll
some.
join your gang, dude.
So, hell yeah,
If you
tattoo my
need
arm
Let's
right
go.
fucking here.
Go get the tattoo.
Hey, you, break a pen and a needle.
Let's
I'm
fucking
ready.
go.
I'm
Mark
ready.
me up.
Yourself.
And Okini what?
The screen fades to
Okinimana.
black. Rio later died of tetanus.
Oh god. Okayama Heights.
You got the bad ending, Max.
Rio's just like at a street light.
Right.
Just
He doesn't know who he is anymore.
slumped over dead.
Right. Oh, it's
That's
got
an
dark again.
apartment comp.
I think it's actually on the other side, like the other
Okay.
park entrance,
Oh, it was
like
I
past
think I
Nozomi
saw,
shop.
I think I saw it where those dropout schoolgirls were.
Oh, is
yeah,
that
not
what it
this
was?
way.
Okay.
I think so because I saw something Heights, and it was like
God, I
an
love
apartment
this game.
complex. This game is great.
It really is. Like, it's unironically good, and like, despite like the ways that it's aged, it only makes it more endearing to me.
It's just it tells a good story. It's not like it's so fascinating or so deep. It's a very enjoyable story, and I feel like I'm into it, and I'm
Yeah.
playing the part of Rio. I mean, what more can you ask for from a game?
And-
You know?
Yeah, and as weird as this sounds, like it's 20 years later, and we have like mind-blowing like photorealistic graphics. I'm still not done being impressed by this world that they've built. I still think it's cool. 20 years
Yeah.
later.
you see the just the love they put into it. Just
Yeah.
probably a bunch of guys on the development team that were like, yeah, let's that's not it. Let's take some pictures and let's try to like make this world feel lived in, and they did a good job.
Yeah.
And especially with all the technology that they had available to them, you know, making it so that everyone had a schedule and everything. It made it all the more like just unreal.
Oh yeah.
Like at the time it was just like, holy shit.
Like
this
is the pinnacle of like the future of games, yeah.
Yeah.
And like then there's also like the part of me that's aware that like, you know, if there were like an indie studio that were to make this game today as like kind of a throwback to late 90s, early 2000s gaming, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much, or I certainly wouldn't enjoy it as much, because like part of it's like pure nostalgia. Like I can still like I can still taste like the Diet Coke and Doritos that I was eating while playing this game, and like but you know what I'm talking about.
I get
right?
it.
Like there's certain like visual cues that you see in this game that take you back to like not just like a headspace, but like you can remember like what your room used to look like and smell like and feel like at that time, and it's just there's certain games that do that, and this is one of them for me.
It was a simple time.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, the launch of the Dreamcast, I think, was just probably one of my favorite epics in gaming. You know, it was just good. It was a good time.
Yeah, there was these systems, like when the PlayStation N64 era came, when the PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, there was just so much potential. Things were exploding.
Yep.
At such a crazy rate. The technology, it literally says you're open.
A guy named
There's a fucking
Rio just doesn't give a shit. Like
there's a fucking neon sign
about your work.
Yeah.
Right behind us, like blinking.
Okay,
open. Open.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Why don't you lose
That was
the
hilarious.
jacket? What? Easy, man. I just figured you've got perfect skin for my work.
Wow.
Nice color.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Yeah.
I'd love to get the chance to work on someone fresh for a change.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I'm tired of those cheap, greasy punks.
He can like hear
I'm not
like
into
people
tattoos.
screaming in the back room. Rio just ignores
What do you know
it.
about Charlie? Hey, let me work on you, man. I won't charge you nothing. Come on. I said no.
Come on, man, please.
Man.
Come on, man.
Too
I won't even
bad.
charge you. I just want to give someone a tattoo.
You know Charlie, don't you?
Just to prove I
Come on
can.
back
What?
tomorrow.
I mean,
Is
just to
he
prove
coming
I
in
still
tomorrow?
can.
He might come. Look, I'm closed. Get out.
Fucking I love the way the camera panned around. I know it wasn't meant to be funny, but look, I'm closed. Open.
Return to the tattoo parlor, Tom. Now I
Also,
gotta
why the fuck does
convince
he?
him to come here.
Why the fuck does he have his neon open sign in a building with no windows where no one can?
Right? Oh, that's cool.
People have to.
I don't
like-
know.
Yeah, this is a neat scene. People like have to break open the door and be like, "Oh, open." I guess there's a paper sign there, but why even have the neon one?
Seriously, if you have a neon sign, who's gonna fucking see that?
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
gonna-
unless you're trying
you're
to
gonna-
be the cool secretive tattoo parlor.
He can't afford heating, so he got the neon sign to raise the temperature in there like 20 degrees.
It's not fluorescent.
Yeah, it's
For some
not-
reason,
yeah.
it gets dangerously hot. I'm trying to find I want to fucking gamble, and I just realized
Rio's just
that it's
out on the
probably it's probably pachinko. Here it fucking is. I was looking for this
Oh
place.
my god, Rio's just like out on the streets at 9 p.m., which is dangerous for him. And you know, he's like gambling, he's getting tattoos, he's forming bad habits.
I'd like to. This is
No.
the leave me alone. I hit the
My
bus-
bad habits lead to late nights ending alone.
Here we go.
Conversation with the stranger
tokens for
I
100
barely
yen.
know. That's been an
All right.
earworm song too this
Yeah.
last couple weeks.
I'll play it once. How many will I use?
Who is that again?
Uh,
Ed Sheeran?
Oh, I have no fucking idea. We're
But
gonna.
you've
do
heard it on the
max.
radio like constantly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not crazy.
No. Take your medicine, Rio. There we go. All right, let's
My bad
see.
habits lead to you. Oh god.
We're
Rio
gonna-
doesn't know what he's doing. He's pressing buttons.
Gonna go. Always do at least 3.
He misread the button. He thought it said get. Yes, I want to get. Oh no. Oh no. Why does it keep taking my money? No, get money, please. A button that says pay out. Okay, that sounds good.
Let's see. Man. Oh, only 4? Jesus. Okay.
Is this actually pachinko? Is this all pachinko is?
No, this isn't pachinko. I think they do have pachinko here, but this is just slots.
That arcade you were talking about the other night when I said I gotta come to Chicago soon. That pachinko there, like I want to experience like what pachinko actually is, just to try it.
And I don't know where you can play pachinko, but that'd be really cool if you could do it in the city. I feel like a major city hopefully
I was
would
gonna
have
say
it somewhere.
if any place in the States would have it, it would be a major city, right? Like Chicago.
Also, I put too much money in here. Like, I'm not going to be able to spend all these credits before it's like, oh, fuck you.
I have to, like, I play one round of pachinko and I have to call Sarah for a ride home because, like, somehow they took my car.
You're just naked.
the pachinko machine has my car. Don't ask how.
I don't want to explain this story.
Honey, I'm so sorry. The kids aren't going to college.
Damn it! Come on.
Does it matter if it's a green 7 or a red 7? Probably.
Probably. They said 1 was my lucky number. Oh, come on. How is that
the green
nothing?
7s? They just take more of your money for some reason. They're like equally rare, but one fucks you. All right, I guess you did something.
I want to get a big win. Come on.
Did you do the glitch and not a glitch, but the save scum in Shenmue 2 where
like hell yeah. Big, what is it called?
Big big and small or big and little or something like that.
Big, small, and something
Lil
else.
John bigger remix.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But
yes,
like if you win it twice, you're good for like the whole game and all the sequels.
The entire game.
Yeah.
You get a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, I even remember the back alley where it was located. It was like this brick... Well, there's a lot of brick buildings at the beginning, but there was a brick building, and you could just enter and talk to the guy, and he's like, okay. If you get 2, like, dice rolls that are accurate, you're
two littles or something.
Yeah.
You always went for little because it was
It's like the odds aren't even that terrible. It just costs a lot to play.
Yeah.
Dude, Shenmue 3 was hard to save scum. That was one thing.
Oh, really?
I mean, not that it was, like, the process was simple, and it actually loads almost instantly on the PS5, which is nice. They just don't give you enough for winning.
Yeah.
Well, like, stuff costs
not
a
worth
lot
your time.
in the game. Yeah. Which ultimately isn't the worst thing because you don't actually need a ton of money in that game, but, like, if you want to complete it, if you want to get, like, Ryo's full moveset, then you're gonna need a shitload of money.
Do you feel like there's a good amount of like side quests and things to buy and do?
Oh yeah.
Or is it not as much as like Shenmue 2? Like
Yeah.
Shenmue 2 is probably
So one of my beefs with it is I feel like it was a step back from Shenmue's 1 and 2. Like
Yeah.
in a weird way, like there's less to interact with. But like in this game, you can literally, like, if you see something, you can go and you can pick it up or something. In that one, like, you couldn't necessarily open every, like, there's kind of like, nice. There's rooms that were like set up to be like set pieces like that where clearly you could. But yeah, it wasn't everyone, and you know, in my mind, it was like if Shenmue was an A and Shenmue 2 was an A+, then Shenmue 3 was maybe like a C+.
That's enough for now.
Yeah, I noticed in the beginning of the game that you could open drawers and stuff like that, but it wasn't like pretty much everything had nothing in them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I still overall really enjoyed it. I'm still just like floored that we even got it. Like I can't believe this is the world we live in where Shenmue 3 actually came out. So again, like,
Yes?
I feel like my hopes aren't like pinned on Shenmue 4 the way that they were like one day seeing 3. Like I got 3 and I've climbed that mountain, and so now I'm good.
I can hold your
You know?
leftover coins for
Yeah.
you. Would you please?
Would you please? I'm gonna be back.
Thank you very much.
Also, what do I do with my... Oh.
You can only use them to gamble more. Like, that's a vicious cycle.
There's
There's no real world payout. It's just
you get to play more. Isn't that great?
you get to have more fun here with me. Okay. I'm thinking when you get to Rio's bed, we're gonna have to call this one an episode.
Yeah.
This is fun. I love this part of the game. And it's all good. Man, wait till you get to the fucking docks and like the forklift minigame.
You know what? The forklift, I was always cool with that. It kind of felt like I was working for money.
Yeah.
But it went from getting an allowance, like as a kid, to having your first job where it's like $12 an hour or something. It's like, this is fucking amazing.
Max,
he didn't
Max
really
just
have bills
decides
yet.
Rio's quest is over. This is his life now. He's a dock
Yeah,
worker.
kind of. Like, I was like, this is awesome.
Oh,
And
God.
once he had to quit, I was like, oh shit, I didn't want to quit yet. Like,
Right?
I loved that part of the game because he still had a lot of time, and so it was just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get every single capsule.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy everything I want. Like,
Rio's
you never
all
really
like-
had.
Go ahead.
You never really. You only get it at that time of the game, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of spending my money frivolously right now, but you really feel like you can just.
But that's
Buy
Shenmue,
soda all
that's
day.
Shenmue 2's problem.
That's right.
Don't have to worry about that right now. No, like
what's-
Rio like clocks out. And he's like, okay, time to go get Landy. Hey Rio, you want to go get a drink with the guys? Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I'll get Landy tomorrow. 45 years pass, and it's like his retirement party. Like, Rio, man, it's been an incredible ride. I can't believe you're finally gonna go. You were the best dock working supervisor we ever had, man. It was like hundreds of people there to like pay tribute to him. He's had this like long illustrious career. When he looks out of the window and he sees fucking Landy, and Landy hasn't aged at all.
Already bedtime.
A single tear rolls down Rio's eye.
Let's see.
You know, he's got a beautiful wife, Nozomi's on his arm, and his little kid, his not little kids, his like grown kids are there with him. Like, oh, we're so proud of you, Dad. Yeah, I know. There's like something like missing from Rio's life. Oh God.
There we go. I'll just do always train all moves. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, why the hell not? All right, Max. Next time on Play the Hits, we're gonna find us some sailors.
We're gonna.
Don't know what we're gonna do with them.
we're gonna find us some Charlie.
Some
And
Charlie.
I don't even remember what we do with him, but I know we beat his ass.
I was
I'm
gonna
pretty
say
sure.
it's pretty
That's a
predictable. We're
pretty
not,
good bet.
We're not gonna hurt him. I mean,
That's out of the question.
I'm gonna hurt him. I gotta hurt him. Just a question
All
of how
right.
bad.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time, buddy.